Tonight on Top Billing.
Is all jewellery desirable? Opals are about mystery and superstition, but they're a precious stone buyers fear to wear.
We bid farewell to one of South Africa's most famous radio voices, John Burks.
In London, we see the latest, strangest and bizarrest fashions at the London Fashion Week. It's anything goes.
Tonight, our venue is the designer home of architect Alfio Torrisi, a unique combination of airy spaciousness and subtle lighting.
Good evening and welcome to Top Billing.
Hi there. Tonight we're in a designer home of architect Alfio Torrisi.
Alfio has designed a house that seems to operate as a number of boxes, yet with a wonderful sense of openness and space.
His use of low-energy light is a feature where both natural and artificial light combines perfectly with a stylish interior.
Daring design is the foundation of Alfio's architectural practice, and the place he calls home is no exception. A flowing design of powerfully poised, interconnected spaces.
This is a development which comprises a main house, which is where I live, and home office, and a further cottage. It's really a kind of high-density development which really lends itself to a more contemporary lifestyle. Therefore, it's extremely modern, very high-tech, and very flowing. Spaces interlead into one another.
With an alternate sense of depth and strong visual statements, it's about going with the flow wherever the eye takes you. It's about warm ochres and clean lines, and most of all about generous open spaces.
There's a lot of expanse of glass, and I think the kind of interaction between the outdoors and the indoors become extremely evident. I think, for example, you'll see the windows actually go from the floor right to the soffit of the ceilings, and that's actually extremely nice because it creates very clean, bold lines between the walls and the voids themselves.
Emphasizing the Zen minimalism of the wooden floor and the austere ochre African art.
There's certain walls which actually just break away spaces to define certain specific areas in the house. But by actually not letting them run into other walls, they're actually letting them freestanding. First of all, they become a feature. And at the same time, they create this kind of imagination of larger kind of volumes.
Alfio's office is home from home, a well-designed workspace at the bottom of his garden.
It's quite nice actually to be able to work from home. I mean, it's really 2 minutes away from the house. I see some of the staff walking in during the day. I'm still in bed, but it is very nice. And what really happens is the house really becomes a night house for me. And I think that the way I've designed this house, it's been designed to be used and to be lived at night.
Alfio's practice embraces anything from corporate to industrial to residential, with a heavy emphasis on high-quality design.
I used some Osram's products, being the mains halogen lighting globes, which I've used them throughout the house. They create some very nice highlight features to some of the furniture elements that I've got throughout the house. And it's quite nice because it's energy effective. And at the same time, it's quite a very high-tech kind of lighting, and it works well for the kind of interiors that I've designed.
Both inside and out, functional space is a key. Not a millimetre of ground is wasted in the complex interrelation of negative and positive space.
Everything that you see here has not been designed sort of overnight. I think it's a kind of collection of art objects, things that I've collected throughout probably the past 15 years. And the aim of it is really that it represents the way I live, the way I want to live. I like a lot of contemporary art, therefore most of the furniture, most of the artwork is extremely clean, bold, contemporary and clean. I also have a collection of very classical elements which are part of my Italian Renaissance belongings, sort of the kind of bags that one brings along from overseas. And the fact that we live in South Africa, I'm very fond of African art, and the mixture of all three of them is really the kind of interior that I'm very fond of, and it's part of my lifestyle.
Clean flowing lines are complemented by carefully chosen, delicately poised African and European artifacts. Testimony to the many inspirational sources that form the acute architectural sensibility of Alfio Torrisi.
Alfio designs for those for whom style is important, and style was one of the attributes that attracted Edward, Duke of Windsor, to Wallace Simpson and led him to give up his crown to marry the elegant American divorcee.
Enthusiastic attendees at an auction of the entire contents of the couple's Parisian home were eagerly seeking a bit of royal style to give